A lot of people ask me about exes. I really kind of want my ex to miss me. I really want my ex to care that we broke up. Even if I don't want them back, I still want them to miss me. What do I need to do to make that happen? Now, I know there are going to be some people who are going to get in the comment section and say, you don't need your ex to miss you. Don't worry about them. Well, see, that's why they asked AskChazzEllis. They didn't ask you. That's just a side note because I get tired of people trying to make somebody feel bad about what they want. I do consultations for people all the time where the biggest hurdle that they got to get over is their friends and family members trying to tell them what they should want. That's not your job. If you can't help somebody get what they want, then they don't need your help. Just keep it to yourself. Anyway, so here are 5 ways to make your ex miss you. Number 1, right wrongs. A lot of times, especially on the way out, you may have done some things that you regret. And those things make it a lot more difficult for you going forward. A lot of times when you did certain things, like maybe you bust out some windows on a car, maybe you slashed a tire, maybe it wasn't that deep, maybe all you did was spread a couple rumors, or maybe you took some money out of the bank account that y'all had together and used it to finance your new life without saying anything to them. It could have been anything, right? But a lot of times when you do these things, in the moment it felt great. But now you feel pretty bad about it because the moment is past and it's haunting you and making it more difficult for you to move forward. Also, in a lot of cases, that becomes the last memory that that person has of you. They're no longer thinking about the relationship that you had. They're no longer thinking about how great things were. They're no longer thinking about the love and all of that. They're thinking about the last thing you did to them. So what you want to do is right some of those wrongs. You got to actually do things to make the person whole again. If you busted out those windows, you might have to go ahead and pay for a window. If you beat up her brother right after you broke up, you might have to apologize and maybe you might have to put some money in on a hospital bill. I know it may sound tough to do, but you got to understand taking responsibility for your actions is one of the things that make you a worthwhile human being to other people. And if you're unwilling to do that, is there really a good reason for them to miss you? I mean, keep it real with yourself. And when you do something to right your wrongs, you cannot expect an immediate return. This is the kind of thing that causes you to keep going up and down and go through that same cycle. You do something because you messed up. You try to do something to right your wrongs. And when they don't immediately embrace you, take you back, love you all over again, now you go back and do something else stupid. So what you want to do is make sure that after you make a mistake, you try your best to right your wrongs and don't expect to get immediate gratification from that. Number 2. Focus on fun. You got to start having fun again. You got to start being out in the world again. You got to start enjoying your life again. A lot of times when you're doing this, it sets the environment to get somebody to miss you because you're not going to be constantly contacting them. Once you've righted whatever wrongs you may have made, you don't need to focus on that crap anymore. That's over. You've done what you could do. Even if you couldn't make the wrongs right, you did what you could do. And that's enough. So now you need to focus on having a good time, enjoying your life, focusing on the things that you want to do going forward, and getting out of the funk that you might be in after a breakup. You would be surprised how much you being happy affects what the other person thinks about you. Number 3, unblock. How are you going to know that they miss you when you got them blocked? You got them blocked on everything. They can't really reach out and contact you. And a lot of times it becomes an out of sight, out of mind type of thing. Because of the fact they can't look at your pictures anymore, they can't really see old messages and things like that, they're blocked. They're blocked. You have to unblock the person to know that they miss you, to know what's happening. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to reach out to them. That's a discipline you have to have for yourself. Going around blocking people also shows that person that you care, that you are still interested in them. I know it doesn't sound right. I know it may not make sense, but when you're going around blocking people, it shows them that you have some type of animosity towards them, which really shows them that you probably want them back. You probably want to be in some type of relationship with them, and you just can't do it. So that's your way of trying to throw a temper tantrum and be mad. I'm just keeping it real with you. People don't usually take blocking as personally as you think they do. A lot of times people take it as a sign that you're still interested or that you're still feeling some type of way about the situation. When you unblock the person, it really cleanses the whole situation and says, look, I'm over it. I did what I did. You did what you did. I'm not tripping off the situation anymore. And now if they do want to communicate with you, you can see that they want to communicate with you. It's not a situation where it's like, I got them blocked. I wonder if they do want to communicate with me. And now you're sitting around thinking about that all the time and wondering what you need to do to try to reach out to them. Number 4, be seen. A lot of times when something bad happens, a breakup happens, people just go into hiding. They out there, in a shack somewhere, wearing a wig and sunglasses, feeling like everybody is clowning them, feeling like people got something to say, feeling like, oh, I don't want to run into my ex nowhere. I'm not even going to go to the party. I don't want to run into my ex. Forget it. You're just sitting in the crib, even when you try to have fun, try to have a good time, you're like, let's not go here because this person might be here. Let's not hang around this group of people because this person might be here. Let's not be in the circle that I'm normally in because this person might be around. Well, how are they going to miss you when they never have any small interactions with you, when they can't see you out in public, when they can't run into you on a humbug or by accident? When you're hanging out in your normal circle, living your normal life, that is when they are most likely to see you and feel like you've moved on. This is what causes a person to miss you. People miss something because they reminisce on the past. When somebody sees you out of the place that y'all used to go to, when somebody sees a picture of you on social media, doing something that you used to do, hanging out, that is what brings the nostalgia and makes the person more likely to miss you going forward. If you're sitting in the crib or you're avoiding them at all costs, there's no way they're going to miss you because there's no way they're going to see you. And out of sight, a lot of times is out of mind, especially when they're going to places that they normally go to and you're never there. They start forming more new memories at those places that don't have anything to do with you. But if you're just out living your life, being seen, doing your thing, they will run into you accidentally because that's just how things happen. That's how y'all probably met in the first place. They'll run into you, they'll see you, even if you don't see them, and it brings back some of those memories. Even if it's just a picture on Facebook or Instagram or something like that, they see that, it brings back some of those memories. And number 5, high ground. You gotta take the high ground. When you see somebody out in public, when you talk to them, when friends bring them up, when situations happen, take the high ground. Don't take every second that you possibly can and say something bad about that person. Oh, well, she's a tramp anyway. Oh, he's a dog. When you do that, all you're doing is starting the process over again. Now you feel bad that you said all that stuff about them. Now you feel like you need to find some way to take it back, or you need to find some way to get new information out because maybe a friend went back and told them what you said. Maybe they heard that you was out here talking trash about them and you feel like that ruined your chances. Don't do that. Don't engage in that. When you fall down into despair with somebody or you get in the mud and roll around, it makes you both dirty. And a lot of times they get up and take a shower and you remain dirty. That makes you less appealing to that person. If you stop getting in the mud like that, if you just keep taking the high ground, not only do they miss you more, but you feel better about yourself. You start feeling like, you know what? I actually am a good person and a good catch. I'm not whatever I might have done when this breakup first happened. Who I really am is starting to show. Sometimes you show glimpses of the type of person you were going to be in a breakup during the relationship, and that made the person not be as interested in staying with you. But taking the high ground and showing people how much you've grown and how good of a person you actually are makes them feel like maybe they miscalculated, maybe they didn't see you the way you really are, and you're actually somebody that they should have put more energy into and they should have stayed with.